G'day everyone, Goober here with a quick theory craft aspect of Boom Moto for SS6. I've gone through and I have loaded up my current build in max roll. So I was unaware, but you can easily just load your character up into max roll by simply going to maxroll.gg/Torchlight Infinite Builder. And then in the top right here, you have import character, and it shows you how to get your account code, which is just settings, other account code, and that is within the game. So you just go to settings, account code, and if you haven't created one, you just you can refresh it or copy or create or generate or something on the first time, and then you simply go to maxroll.gg and import your account code. So you would load that, and then you can choose your course, because I changed it. And then you simply just create, you just load up your character that you had. So that's pretty simple to do. And without further ado, one of the major changes this season to Boom Moto is the modification of Winter of Origin. So in the previous season, Focus Blessing used to get changed to 6% additional minion damage and minus 4% additional summon skill cost. This doesn't really matter because we automate the entire build with Rhythm. So it's really just the changes Focus Blessing to 6% additional minion damage. Now, this has been ramped up quite a bit to 80 to 120% additional minion damage. However, you need 9 to 10 Focus Blessing stacks. And also, previously, when you would get 3 to 4 additional stacks of Focus Blessing on your belt, which could go to 5. And then also, when you corroded this, you could get an extra 1 there. So that's 6 Focus Blessing stacks that you could get from the belt that you can no longer get on the belt because it's not here anymore. And looking at the corrosion for this, it also doesn't give the Focus Blessing stack, which is kind of frustrating. So yeah, you could have 6 stacks of Focus Blessing on the belt. I didn't have, so I guess you could have 7. I don't know, whatever it is. Anyway, you can't get any from the belt anymore. You do benefit from this no longer applying, so you can gain Focus Blessing stacks naturally through skills and stuff, which come out of our skill tree anyway. So in Steel Vanguard, the later ones, 100% chance to gain 1 stack of Tenacity, Agility, and Focus Blessing on defeat. So you're always gaining stacks on kill. So the initial, 2 or 3 kills in a map, which is just going to be white trash, doesn't really matter, and hopefully you're one-shotting the boss anyway. I guess it's gonna really suck for it's gonna suck for Uber bosses and stuff where there's no minions. Hopefully there's something released in the game that makes it a little bit easier. But anyway, comparing the pair. So on the left is my gear over here. I believe all the crafted gear in SS6 will have 2 base stats, which is annoying because I don't personally like stats. However, that's life, and we move on. So previously we would have, excuse me, command per second, max life defense, and some resistances on our rings. Going forward into SS6, we're going to need to have intelligence and strength boosters for our skills, max focus blessing stacks, and then resistance, and crit strike damage. You'll need that on both rings. Hopefully the tier 0 version can go to +2 max focus blessing stacks. And that will give us 2 to 4, hopefully, focus blessing stacks. And then in SS5, we could have a +9, effectively. Oversight's being nerfed. It's up to +6. And the skill area and movement speed has been nerfed. So that is no longer an end game item. Instead, we will need to get a Sage's Staff with crit strike rating. Again, strength and int if that's locked in and we can't change that. And then you'll be wanting tier 0 spell skill level, which is going to be +6, and max focus blessing stacks, which is can go up to +3. And then just minion double damage and aura effect on that. So that is the major changes. So we can get 3 there, hopefully 5, 7 off these 3 items. And then you'll have an extra one there, so that's 8. Over here we can have 9, and then here 10, 11. So 11 focus blessing stacks, which is really, really nice. Hopefully that is the ideal world. Obviously this is not a day one. This is just comparing end game stuff to end game stuff. There will need to be some massaging of this, more than likely. You might need a bit more of a expensive pedigree if you're going with Peaceful Realm. Obviously over here we're using 1, 2, 3, basically 3 additional affixes on slates, so we can get 2 of them here, and then maybe switch out one of these if we can get one of the other ones on there, or just settle for 10. The corroded version needs 8 to 12, so that's not the end of the world. It's just building up, and again, uber bosses if that's at all possible. I couldn't see anything in game of how to generate more focus blessing stacks passively, so we'll have to wait and see. As for the other gear, again, 2 stats on each item, which I didn't have any strength or intelligence on gear at all in previous season. The previous season, I sound like a bot. So we go with a Ranger's Rag, gains 1 stack of Tenacity Blessing when you take damage. Tenacity is really nice. Crafted Strength, Int, Max Life. Additional Tenacity Blessing stacks, Aura Effect, and Crit Strike damage. On the gloves, stat, Spell Skill, Crit Damage, Crit Chance, and more Crit Damage. If you can target craft these, it'll be really, really nice. Onto the boots, deflection is enormous, so getting stacks of deflection is really, really nice. Again, strength, int, movement speed, aura effect, and a resistance that you need. The rings I just went over. The weapon I've gone over. And then we'll be getting the Fiend Crown, at least early. Later on, hopefully we can craft something similar to this. I believe Dream Crafting has been bent over, so I didn't want to include that because Fiend Crown is quite strong for a while. Warden's Breastpin has been buffed. It looks really nice now. Let's just quickly go back and have a quick check of the Wardens. Where are we? Necklace. I swear I just clicked on necklace, not hero memories. And Warden's breastpin. So it's gone from 2 to 3 main skill level to 3 to 5 passive skill level, 5 to 7 corroded. Minion max life, minion damage, both really, really nice. And then 180% of your crit strike rating and crit strike damage also applied to minions. So anywhere that you can choose between minion crit strike damage or just base crit strike damage, always go with the base crit strike damage because you're getting 150 to 180% of that apply to your minions. Which, if you are crafting a weapon, maybe Winter of Origin's not going to be the best, but 180% additional damage is gigantic. I haven't included the last slot in the summon spider tanks because if I'm using spider tanks, I want to be using the new skill, which is the spider egg. So spider egg noble, which makes it so after minions summoned by the supported skill activate self-destruct protocol and self-destruct. They will split into 2 parts and explode again. Going back to the build, our soul candles ideally would be something like parabolic projectile splits. That gives us an extra egg. Then with crit strike damage and sealed mana. And on the other one you could just have servant damage or hardened, splits and sealed mana. Or plus minion skill levels if you so wish. So that is the theory craft of the build. I don't really know how hero memories and stuff are going to work because if we go to craft and craft, then go to hero memories, there's just a massive slate of whatnot plus strength. There's nothing really specific in here that would be build enabling. It's just stat buffer, which is kind of garbage compared to the old system. So hopefully I'm completely wrong in that. I will quickly go in game and have a look at the beginner level builds, just so you can have a look. So looking at this, I believe sets are gone from the game. So basically look at the stuff that's on here without the extras. So you basically just want to stack max life, regen, resistances, minion damage, minion max life, etc. on all your gear, and that will do you in T7 quite comfortably for Boom Moto. Obviously you can see a level 1 ring here that is absolute garbage, and this was doing me at the start of the season. Interlocking Soul has been buffed through the teeth. Now it gives something like 120% minion damage. And yeah, so that has been rolled into this. So it's really 78 to 120%, but that is still quite a nice increase in Interlocking Soul, and hopefully we can still get those from the treasure trove. So that is going to be an enormous boost for the class early on, even though it doesn't need it, which is fantastic. I'll quickly just hover through the skills, so you can pause if you like. This is Einhar, which I will probably start with because it is automated and I hate stopping and casting my minions. Grim Phantom has been revamped as well if we get lucky and get the Noble skill. So if you get lucky and get Flicker for Grim Phantom, instead of charging to the enemies, they blink and they gain additional damage for every meter they had to travel. So that will just mean they activate and explode faster, which is great. It's like a mini, activation rhythm, which is fantastic. So that will be my starter. Just a very basic run through. I'll probably do what I normally do with the campaign. Again, this is a little bit advanced. You can go. I forgot about mind infusion in the build, but that doesn't matter. It's a nice to have, and if you have it drop early, then all good. What was I going to say? I have no idea what I was going to say. I've lost my train of thought. But anyway, that is a theory craft way of looking how to get around the new focus blessing requirement for Winter of Origin. Hopefully we can get 10 or 11 focus blessing stacks and succeed in boosting this character to the heavens. One thing that I couldn't see is this, which is absolutely pivotal to the class, which is adds 1 to 2 physical damage to attacks for every X amount of max life of a minion. This is gigantic for the build. If this isn't in the game anymore, then hopefully we still scale. I'm sure they just didn't gut my class completely, and things like this, you know, there has to be something similar to this in the game, because that would just destroy Black Sail. Why would you need to go to Black Sail anymore if legendary hero memories and stuff don't exist? But anyway, that's enough crapping on. I'll see you in another video. I'm trying to pump one out every day, and yeah, we'll see how we go. Cheers.